This is why you'll never make it. You make a promise just to break it.
Say you're disciplined but fake it.
And filled with guilt, you try to shake it.
Blame it on him.
Blame it on her. Anyone, you name it.
This is why you'll never make it.
Don't believe me? Okay. Let's start with your day.
Your alarm only exists to snooze it. Talk to Snapchat, listen to some music. Have a Bible, but you don't even use it.
Maybe not even the Bible. Maybe a morning routine like a workout plan or some kind of meditation. Anything to get you out of your situation. But the truth is, you're not doing what you said you were going to do. Let me ask you a question. Is it worse to fail at something?
Or never attempt it in the first place?
Who here wants to be a loser? You're lying.
Because you say you're trying.
But I know you're really not. Oh, you forgot. Well, let me remind you of all that you claim to be. Your Twitter bio says you're an MUA.
But does your foundation even slay? But does your foundation even slay? And I'm not here to throw shade. I'm here to ask you what you did today to make you an MUA. You say you're a student.
But you're more concerned about studying trends than you are your own course. I mean, I could say greens, beans, potatoes, ham. I could say, if your levels or as a man. I could say, catch me outside, and you'd say, you see, you understand all these references of social media, and yet your essays are looking like they're copy and pasted from Wikipedia. You see, I'm not trying to shade anybody or judge them, and it's not all about grades or how you pass a test. I'm just asking you, are you really trying your best?
You say you're a writer, but when was the last time you wrote?
Speaker, when's the last time you spoke?
Singer, but when was the last time you sang?
Event planner, when's the last time you planned?
Entrepreneur.
But your only business is freeing other people. Your only business is preying other people. You see the guy and you're like, you know what, I could do exactly what he does, better than him. But the truth is you haven't. You see, you're hiding your ideas in. And hiding ideas in is suffocating, and that's dream suicide.
Because the master failed more times than the beginner even tried.
The master failed more times than the beginner even tried. Do you really want to make it? Then today make a promise and don't break it.
Be disciplined and don't fake it.
And if you're filled with guilt, don't worry, just shake it.
Don't blame it on him.
Don't blame it on her, anyone. You claim it. Regardless of your situation.
It's not about what's in front of you.
Or what's behind you. It's always about what's inside you. So hi guys, we never introduced ourselves. My name is Emmanuel, go by EKay, and this is Lois. She went to go and sit down because I've got another piece for you guys, but thank you lot for having us. Shout out the LGR team. I'm not going to talk too much because you lot on the quick stage I see honey, but thank you lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. So my next piece is going to be something that I think is very close to my heart. I think the first time I ever performed it was actually at JJ's TCM event. I vowed that whenever I said this poem, I'd do a quick background story. So around the time I wrote this poem, which was like September, my dad had a stroke. So like, I'm not saying this for pity, but just to show you the place I wrote it from. And like a few days later, he passed away. And I think the thing about this poem, for me, and I know other people have been through a lot, is just kind of to remind you like what your calling is and how you need to spend your time. So yeah, I'll stop talking. When I say you are, you say called. You are. Called. You are. Called. Okay, but are you chosen? See, conversation about this topic remains unspoken, but it's time for the silence to be broken. Because we all want to change the world. I mean, how many times have you plotted and schemed only to wake up and act like you've forgotten your dream? You picture all that you long to be, but it seems so big you ask God, does this dream actually belong to me? But maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe the question is, why should it? You see, the other day I passed someone who was homeless on the street who asked for change and I completely blanked him. A few moments later I thought, rah, I ain't even opened the same mouth I used to thank him. I didn't even pause. And of course I don't know what he was going to use it for, but how could I lack so much remorse? And how many times do you and I do this? Like the time you said you care and you would volunteer, but you were really bluffing. Or how about the time you saw that girl getting bullied and you chose to do nothing? Or what about the time you saw the guy that was sitting on his own but thought, I'm cool, at least I'm not on my own? Or what about the time you aired that person that needed advice, so that's right, you're much way too busy in life, but they needed you. All of them needed you. But no, you acted like you couldn't see it. A friend, you acted like you couldn't be it. You acted like you couldn't aid, but they were things that you could have changed. And I know sometimes we're afraid. And how can we fix things when we feel so broken? But you have to understand that in those moments, you were chosen. See, your dreams can be as big as the sky is blue, but how can God trust you with much when you're not faithful with few? I mean, how can you be expected to fix a nation when you won't even help your friend with their dissertation? Oh. What I'm trying to say is this. If you want to invoke God's favor, you've got to take care of your closest neighbor. So when I say you are, you say called. You are. Called. You are. Called. But what does it mean to be chosen? I mean, I never understood it. Why would you call me if I wasn't what you were looking for? And then I deeped it. It's kind of like when you apply for a job. You see, they call you based on your credentials, but that interview date is when they assess your potential. Now, the credentials that qualify us is the grace of Christ, but our potential is shown by what we choose to practice in life. But if life was a job interview, God would be our reference. You see, he left you in so no one can write you out. And I'm not a fan of Disney books, but I have read the Bible, and when I let books like Peter pan out my life, I fly so high it's like See, he's not a lion king, he ain't the car, so I can openly say I have Hakuna Matata. I'm not a Dumbo. He wouldn't play with my story or toy with it, would he? So let's pray. Let's pray for his buzz so we can shine his light year after year. Conquering fear after fear, so on that day he'll repair and we can happily share that we cared. And it won't just be a token. We can actually say that we weren't just called. We were chosen.